So I have been having a lot of fun opening this set today, and because there's going to be a wave 2 and I don't have to worry about first edition anymore, I'm actually just going to crack open my third case. I always buy a case and put it on the shelf, but you know what? I suspect that once wave 2 hits, there'll be a few sales of this product, and I can just pick up another case pretty cheaply. Or maybe I'll cast an event and they can give me some. There's a cold foil already in this pack. We're off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen. Let's flick through, see what we get first. Okay, so Rise Up, Invoke Asvalai, Brand with Cinderclaw. The cold foil is Invoke Asvalai. So straight away into the Marvels. Now, I will say that every box I've opened first from the case has been the best box. So we're a bit wary now because obviously we don't want this necessarily to be the only good box we get. 1 second, I just want to tilt this light a bit better for you guys. So if you can hold with the jarring for a little bit, I'm just going to get the light into a better position for everyone. There we go. All right, you should be able to see a bit better now. Better focus on the camera as well. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. So, I'm doing fairly well on the dragons. I'll grab my stack in a second, but I think I've almost got a playset of the rare marvels now. Take the Tempo, it's a good Majestic. I love the foiling on Sigil of Permafrost. I hope that card becomes playable. I think it is playable, to be honest. This is the one that it's a defense reaction. If you fuse it, they get Frostbite equal to the amount of arcane damage the next source deals this turn. So it's actually a very good control tool for... there's a double strike. It's a ninja box. That is a spare double strike, actually, because I've got a playset already. So I'll be trading that for something, I'm sure, once I open my 4th case this evening. Oasis Respite. One of the things that is actually pushing me to open this 4th case, basically, this is the 4th case because I'm definitely opening one this evening, is that I'm looking at some of the common sort of the Majestics, and I'm looking at the classes, and I actually think we're in a situation kind of like Monarch rather than like Tales of Aria, where I think a lot of people are going to get quite excited about these classes. And I think a lot of people are going to want to play these classes for a while. Now, the Tales of Aria heroes are obviously quite well played, but there was too much of the product kicking around, so no one really found a lot of value in the singles. But I have a feeling this time we're going to see a bit less product opened by people, and I think there's some very good generics that are going to drive the prices up on those cards. But I also think the fact that everyone is quite fond of dragons, ninjas... Oh, look at that. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I'm going to put that over to the side. I think I kind of just want to keep that because I think that's really nice. I probably won't play it over Footsteps, but, you know, it's still just absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, after the pack 1 magic, we may not get more magic in this pack, but let's see what we can find. Bounty Anger, some Frightmares. It's always the problem with pack 1 magic is that you don't necessarily get more magic as we go through. Sigil of Protection. Still. Plenty of Themi. Rate the Embers foils, not bad. Now remember, the one we really want is the Draconic Ashwing. Obviously the Fabled, but we don't need to talk about the Fabled. We always talk about the Fabled. In case, good, I need one of those. I have a playset now. So one of them is foil, so I might just want a playset of the non-foil ones. Oh, there's a cold foil of this pack, guys. There's a cold foil of this pack. And there's a rainbow foil breaking point. That is a pack and a half. Is it going to be a common? Ah, damn it. Oh, I was hoping it wasn't this one. I have 3 of these now in cold foil, so I'll be able to trade it for something else, but I was hoping for something a bit more spicy than just this card again. Still, we're only halfway through the box, and we've already got a Marvel, a cold foil, and a couple legendaries, so, you know, we're not doing so bad. not a couple legendaries, quite a few majestics. So we should actually get above rate on majestics this pack. But, you know, obviously we want something a little bit spicier than just majestics, because we're going to get those playsets anyway. We're going to get those playsets anyway. Anyway, hopefully this case isn't a dud, because I could have just left it on my shelf for 5 years and sold it to someone down the road to draft with. But, you know, sometimes you got to take those risks yourself and just push on with opening products. Ice Bolt is playable. Ooh, second cold foil. Quelling Slippers. I don't have these, and the art is gorgeous. You can have a look at that. Actually gorgeous. So yeah, Quelling Slippers. That's what we like to see. Red Hot Foil. That's appreciated for sure. Let's just put that up to the light. I think that absolutely looks gorgeous. So yeah, really like some of these, the foiling on these draconic cards, because it's like you've got something like Engulfing Flame Wave. We have it over here. Like, you're just going to foil the flames and it's just going to look amazing. So, you know, ooh, Semblance. I don't think Semblance is very good, but I'll take it for now, just until I have a playset. This is the one that negates all Phantasm triggered effects of target illusionist attack you control, which I think is a really powerful effect, because it basically says, oh, you blocked with a 6, but actually my thing doesn't die. I just don't know whether it's worth it in blue in the decks that we're currently seeing. So it's a bit of a tricky one to sell in terms of, is it worth the amount of pitch that it takes? But, you know, if it saves your Dracona Optimi from being popped, then maybe, yeah, maybe it is. In fact, you know, that is a use case where it probably is very good. Freezing Point, good, I need another one of those. Last pack magic, let's see if there's anything in here for me. Permafrost, sand cover red. If there's a sand cover that's playable, it will be the red one. In fact, I do think the red sand cover is probably playable. So, you know, I think there's a good argument for keeping those. And I will say, I'll show you the foil in a minute, that the foil does look pretty good. I am going to be hunting down the Team Covenant version of this because I think it looks really good. But even the foiling on that is actually gorgeous. So, you know, there you go. Okay, first box of this case, it's all right. You know, we got quite a few majestics, which is pretty good actually. We got 7 majestics and a foil, and we got, these are rainbow foils, so ignore those. But we did get 2 cold foil commons, and of course sorry, I'm off screen there. We got 2 cold foil commons, and of course we got the Asvalai. So that's not a bad box one. Hopefully, again, I'm still missing legendary, so hopefully I don't get a second legendary without a case without a legendary, because that would be very sad. But let's see where we go on our little adventure. Someone was like, why are you buying a case just to keep it sealed on your shelf? It's probably not going to go up because we've passed the first 3 sets. And I'm like, well, no. The first 3 sets of any product are obviously going to be the most in demand because they have the smallest print run as related to the future player base, right? So obviously Alpha, Arc, and Crew are going to be worth more. But that doesn't mean that something like this isn't going to go up steadily, you know, in the future, because there's a few factors going on. Of course, since it's a draftable set, people will draft with it, which leads to arbitrage. Since you know, it might be some people's first set, which leads to a lot of nostalgia. There are still reasons that sets go up without just being the first 3, you know, the first 3 sets. And I think, as we've seen from other card games, as long as the game doesn't die, as long as it keeps growing, and even if it doesn't grow like massively, it just grows at a steady rate, and you know, people keep playing it, you know, and enjoying it, there will always be value in older draft sets in terms of like nostalgia, in terms of people having fun with it, but also just in terms of like people just always want to Oh, sorry. There's a commons going into the rare pile. Let's not do that. We do have a burn them all though, so that's my second burn them all, but my first regular burn them all, which is not exactly what I want because I need a few more of those. But you know, I think I know a few people who might want the cold foil more than I do, which is fine with me. Red Hot Chromai, Dust Up Red, likely to get played. It's kind of weird, like if you look at these rare specializations, it's kind of like these are the classes that aren't going to play their specializations in the same way, but you wonder if maybe they're stepping away from specializations that only the hero can play because they don't want to have to worry about giving them Living Legend in the future and losing a load of cards. Because like when Prism went, when Chain went, we lost Eclipse and we lost, oh good, I need more of those Asvalais. We lost, oh hello. Oh, the Spiceman, he cometh. Cold foil legendaries are actually quite rare. Like Fluke opened 44 boxes and he only opened 2, and I have opened 2 in 12. Well, this is actually box number 10, so 10 boxes. So I'm above rate on that, which feels kind of good. So, you know, that's good. Yeah. Have another look. Cold foil Alluvian Constellas. I think this one is probably going to be the least one in demand from a playability standpoint, though if it helps Wizards win the Runeblade and Wizard matchups, and the mirror, then I think it is, oh, the rainbow foils on these equipment. It's just unfair how good it looks. I was going to say, if it helps the Wizard win the mirror and the Runeblade matchup, there are sufficient Runeblades around. You know, I know Chain is gone, but Viscerai is still good, and Briar is still around, though she doesn't deal as much arcane. Then it could be good, but I think even if it just helps you win the mirror, it will still see play, which means, you know, there are some options. The problem for me is I now have 3 of these, so I have to try and figure out someone who really wants them to trade as quickly as possible. An Erase Face, very nice. I really like, it would have been better if I had opened some Ninja, or even just anything that wasn't, because I've got 3 copies now of that particular legendary, and you know, I can't say I need 3 copies of it. I don't even know if I need 1 yet, but I guess I could need at least 1. Dampen, Mounting Anger. Plus, also, I don't know how much I want to play Icelander. Like, I could play her, but I don't think she's currently where I want her to be. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, guys. I really don't need more of these. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. This is a double legendary box, but... fucking... sorry. I just have so many of these now. Does anyone want to buy some Alluvian Constellas? Yeah, once I'm done with this, I'll put up a trade post. Have 4 Alluvian Constellas, want to trade for other legendaries. KK, thanks, bye. I'll probably have to pay some money as well as the trade, just to get what I need. Ooh, interesting. These boosters give off a sort of silver dusting. That's quite interesting. Kind of like a light glitter that's on all the cards and the playmats from the boosters. That's interesting. I've never noticed that before. Maybe it's just this box. But just something to be aware of if you're getting this little dusting of silver on your cards. It seems like that's what it's coming from. Okay. Back to normal, please. No more Wizard Legendaries. Thank you very much. That is my 4th of the Wizard Legendaries. I have 2 Rainbow Foils and I have a Cold Foil. So I have 3 Rainbow Foils and a Cold Foil. Let's put them in the shot just because that's more funny, right? Crown of Providence. Where did I put them? Oh, they might be in my folder. There's one. Yeah, the other one's in my trade folder. That's fine. Yeah, so there we go. And there's another one in my trade folder. Madness. Absolute madness. Oh, that all you've got? I need more of those. Perfect. baited by the Phoenix Flames. Oh, Draconi Optima. And of that all, you've got foil. That's a good pack. That's a very good pack. Oh, another Take the Tempo. Good, that's fine. I mean, I think those will be good to trade to people. I think Take the Tempo is going to be a very solid ninja card for a long time now. It works in Ira. To be honest, it even works in Benji because you get 3 hits for free, and then you're just like, okay, do I want something else here? You know, it just gives you a threat that they have to block, which means you can deal some free damage and then take tempo, literally. The card is very aptly named. Ooh, Inflame EA. I like that. I like that Inflame EA. Right, let's get some of these into sleeves, just for the sake. Anyway, having 2 legendaries from the same box is definitely above rate, so it does kind of make up a little bit for the case that didn't have one. But obviously, you know, I'm just hoping that there might be different ones. Just going to try and make some quick trades with them, to be honest, and see if anyone will take them off my hands who really wants them. There are lots of people who are looking forward to playing Wizard, and even though it's not like, I don't know, it's not like a default choice for every matchup, obviously, because it blocks Arcane, but I think you could definitely see yourself running it against Dromai. You could see yourself running it into the Wizards, into some of the Rune Blades. So I think there is an argument to run it in Wizard, because I think people are underestimating the power of a free staff activation, and the ability to trigger it, you know, to store multiple times, because you can store 2 triggers on it, which means that, you know, as long as you're taking arcane damage in force from 4 sources over the course of, say, 2 turns, and it's not once per turn as well, so even if you're if you're taking 4 arcane damage a turn, you get a free Wizard staff trigger every turn, which sounds like it's, you know, not great, but we're talking about situations where you're blocking, say, 2 rune chants to get a free Kraken's Ether Vein trigger. So you're not only preventing damage, but you're also gaining tempo, because they then have to pay resources to pitch for you, and you can do it on your opponent's turn as well. So you can block 2 rune chants and then trigger it. So, you know, I think there's lots of good in those little O's. There's lots of good in the Alluvian Constellas. Okay, let's just run through this box so I can put it to the side. So we had, in total, we had Tome of Duplicity, Burn Them All, Erase Face, Take the Tempo, Inflame, that all you've got foil. We had a cold foil and a regular foil Alluvian Constellas. The cold foil genuinely does look pretty amazing, so that's not bad there. And that was box 2. Now, just give me your energy to get me a non-wizard legendary, please. That's what we want to see. Okay? Obviously, by the time you finish recording this video, by the time you're seeing this video, I will have already pulled the legendaries, but you know, good thoughts and nice thoughts. A foil Channel the Bleak Expanse. This is Icelander's channel. Absolutely gorgeous. Some people had theories that the thing wrapping itself around the place is actually a frozen dragon, which I could believe. That would be definitely spicy. Tome of Duplicity. Okay, I've got a few too many of those now. I've got a few too many of those, and I'm not sure it's necessarily a great card, so I'm not super happy to be loaded up with those. But that's all right. All right. I mean, if we get any more spice plus the legendaries in the box, we're actually doing all right. I'm seeing quite a lot of legendary drop rates at the moment, so, like, you know, it could just be the case that legendaries are a bit more common in this set, and because of that, people will be more keen to trade them as well. So, you know, there should be a roaring trade in legendaries if everyone is opening 2 a case. Or there are just collation issues, right? Either or. Hard to say right now. Don't drop packs on your cold foils. That's not a smart decision. Oh, rainbow foil tide flippers. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. They really have, like, if you look at this and you just see the fact that they've rainbow foiled the bubbles that he kicks up from the tide, that water he's jumping on, basically. Like, how is that not artistic? Like, that is gorgeous. Uprising, good, good. Second majestic from the pack. Well, third if you count the channel. So as I was saying in the last video, I'm still on the fence about Uprising. I think it's good, but I don't know how good I think it is. Oh, Erase Face, that one is definitely good. We definitely like that one. Ooh, Rainbow Foil Uprising. Very nice. I do think people will want Uprising. I think people will try it out. I think there will be a deck that uses it in an optimal way. Also, the flavor text on it is amazing too. Every great cycle as a phoenix rises to challenge the dragon, yet sure as dynasties rise and fall, every feathered emperor soon grows scales. The point being that even if you overthrow the empire, the way that Volcor kind of is you sort of basically ever going to become the emperor yourself, you know. Red Billowing Mirage, that's definitely a playable one. I have to sort out all my cards after this. It's going to be a nightmare. Just because I have to fit them all into the folders, and the folders are already kind of full. But I might move Ninja out of WTR and I'll put the wizard stuff in with them, and it'll all work out. Alright, is this box going to be 0 spice after 2 very spicy boxes? Oh, Phoenix form, not so bad. Yeah, that's my playset of Phoenix forms as well, so that's kind of covered. Oh, sorry, I'm not even opening on camera, am I? I've had quite a few boxes today, so my hands are in the wrong place. I will say it's quite mad to open a load of packs just looking at the last, 1 or 2 of the cards. There's a cold foil in here. I think it might be a Draconic Ash. I think I might have just pulled a Draconic Ash. I think we might. No, damn it. Oh, it's an Asvalai. Well, I mean, I want an Asvalai. I've already got one, so I've got 2 now. So that's good, but I was kind of hoping for that Draconic Ash, which, it's just super spice, right? So this box is kind of like weirdly above rate because of the double legendary box, but the rest of it seems to be fairly calm. But we still got a box left in the case, so there is time for it to go even further. Even further. One thing I will say is I have been seeing a lot of clumping of legendaries. I have seen people who've opened 2 of the same legendary in a case, and it's I don't really think that's good. I mean, if you open a case, 2 boxes, you get 2 furnaces. I mean, that's a good trade, but you might end up like I am with these sad double wizard boxes. Sad, he says, as he opens the cold foil. Oh, Stoke the Flames. And nothing in there. All right. So, last box. Bit of a chance for the case to go a bit further. I mean, we're expecting what? At least one other Marvel, maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see what we get. How was that box though? I mean, not great compared to the others, just because we had what, 5 regular Majestics, which is quite low. And also, you know, some of them are good, but they're not all the best ones. And of course, 2 of the foils. Channel the Bleak Expanse seems to be a little short printed. I've only got 1 of them so far, so that's something to be aware of. Fighting Spirit, Centipie Red. Centipie Red's quite good. I mean, it's a chain ender, isn't it? But 2 for 8. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Channel the Bleak Expanse. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. So I now have a playset of those. Good, sorted. My wishes were expressed. The gods listened. Succumb to Winter, Sand Cover Blue, never going to get played. Sadness. Oh wow, I really am covered in this dust. I don't know if you can see it on my hands, but there's like this silver dust coming off the boosters this time. I don't remember this with Amethyst. Maybe I just didn't see it because I have a better light this time. Oh, Spreading Flames, that's good. That's the playset of those. And another Burn Away. I've seen people putting Burn Away in Fi, which I think is quite interesting. I think it's quite interesting because, you know, you're either playing heavily around Phoenix Flames, which is problematic because you have to get them in the graveyard, or you're playing not around Phoenix Flames, which obviously is ignoring a lot of, you know, his strengths and, you know, things that he's getting you. So it's kind of like you have options there. I will say, so the printing on the cards, just the legendaries and stuff like that, feels a lot better. They look a lot better as well. I'm kind of like, both of the cold foils I've pulled have been really clean in terms of centering. So, and it looks like actually the printing on them as well, there's no scuffs or anything like that. So it kind of looks like they've done work, you know. And this print run has actually gone quite well for them. I will say though, people aren't going to be happy if this dust comes out every time you open a pack. Oh. There's a combustion point. All right. The sad thing is that some of these yellow foils are just never going to see play. But you cannot make a card good. And I kind of get why you want to have them for draft, but like, you kind of understand what Magic did where they made like draft packs and non-draft packs that you could get other stuff in. Like, because for instance, for me who wants to open a couple boxes and get the shiny stuff, it actually kind of makes sense to not go crazy. Ooh, no tokens in this pack. Just a load of this dust. I'm not sure I like this dust. Will I get cold foils? Would there be 2 Phoenix Flames? Ooh, a Phoenix Form. Does that imply there's a Phoenix Flame? Nah. Dragons of Legend. Yeah, so this dust. I'm going to keep going on about it. I like to say the word dust. But it definitely seems to be doing something. I don't know whether it's inside the packs. It kind of might be. Or whether it's on my hands from opening the packs. But it's definitely something. I mean, if it's abrasive, then that's actually a serious issue. Hopefully it's not. Because remember, what we're talking about in the context of Flesh and Blood is using this as a set to, you know, convince wizards to take on the thing. Ooh, liquefy foil. That's quite nice. This does feel like it's going to be a box that doesn't deliver the spice. We're almost halfway through, and we've already got 4 Majestics and a rainbow foil. So We're not doing super well on the last box of this case, but you know, the case has been all right. So a rewind, Brother in Arms red. Brother in Arms red is always going to be nice. Oh, Silken Form, that's a cold foil. Pretty gorgeous cold foil, and this one is actually going to see play because I don't think any of the other gloves really do the trick for Illusionist. So that's actually not a bad pull, as the cold foil goes. All right, 2 packs left, 3 packs left. There's a chance to redeem myself. Okay, Asvalai, Denada. If I sound salty about this box, don't, like, I'm not entirely being serious. Like, I am perfectly aware of the fantastic thing of, like, I got 2 marbles. I got a cold foil legendary. It's more just that I was hoping to open a different legendary. Ooh, rainbow foil freezing point. That's quite nice, actually. So yeah, we've definitely got some spice from this case. Not necessarily the spice I wanted, but you know, you get the spice you get. There is now lots of dust on my desk, which is, you know, all right, so rainbow foils, rares. Let's just review the box. So we got Silken Form, we got Liquefy, Freezing Point. So actually, you know, 6 regular Majestics, 2 rainbow foils, and a cold foil. It's an all right box, especially because it had a Thor. You know, so there's good cards in there. I think overall, in the grand scheme of the box, this dust, though, very weird. In the grand scheme of the box, we did all right. So that was those cold foils. Remember, of course, we got the cold foil Luvian Constellas. That's what you've got, and an Inflame EA, as well as some decent Majestics. And then we got Asvalai, Channel the Bleak Expanse, Uprising Rainbow Foils, an Erase Face, some more Uprisings. Not bad at all. Sorry, I realised I might not have been on camera for that. Just let me flick back through. And then in the first pack, we obviously got Asvalai, 2 cold foils, a rainbow foil Combustion Point, and then 7 rares, all of which are pretty useful. So not bad, not bad. I have to say not bad at all. The only feels bad for me is just getting so many of those wizard rares, legendaries, which I just don't know are going to be as tradable as something like a Furnace or something like that. But people will want them. They're still legendaries. They're still new legendaries, so people will be chasing them. But you know, I would have liked to have something else for my own collection, you know, or trade fodder, that kind of thing. Anyway, this is the last case I think I'm going to be recording, unless I record the one at the store later on. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And obviously I always do enjoy cases. If you live in the UK and you have a case that you would like me to break for you, you can send it to me. I'll open it for you. If you want that, you know, I don't know, maybe you're a voyeur, maybe you just like watching other people touch your stuff. I'm not here to judge. Just tell me that you want me to, and I can open a case for you. I don't really mind. Anyway, have a good time. I'll talk to you all soon.